Good morning. It is January the 12th. It's Thursday, and that means it's War Factory Day. I'm a little bit late, missed it by about 6 minutes. A bit of computer problems, but nonetheless, it is War Factory. This is HQ18 on my level 46 account. Unboosted, taking on War Factory. Let's have a look here. It's back to the old standard layouts here. Now, typically players with bigger troop damage and higher levels tend to come in this general area, as it saves a couple smokes from going back into here. But for me, this mortar, or these mortars I should say, just means that I'm going to clear a hole back in this area, probably clear these flamethrowers, probably clear these machine guns, maybe clear the doom cannon, definitely clear the rocket launchers, and just get back there. I am going to do it the safe way. You probably could take this down in one or two just straight core hits, because I mean you're only looking at one shock, maybe two shocks, three shocks. Anyways, I assume I'll solo this on my higher level account, but for HQ18 I'm going to take it very, very easy. If you look over in this corner, let's get this corner up. We got a ton of free GBE. I might take advantage of that. I haven't decided quite yet. I mean, with only boom cannons covering a bunch of it, it might be worth smoking in, clearing the grappler, then coming back out, but I haven't 100% decided on that yet. The rocket launchers have a bit more health today, so they will require a full attack just to get rid of them if I decide to use GBE. But we should be able to get rid of that rocket launcher, or those rocket launchers, with one shock here, and probably one shock here and one shock here. So it'd be a bit messy, but if I decide to abandon the troops, for example, they'll go down very, very easily. Not a lot of concern there. So gotta decide what we're gonna do here. We will definitely need to clear these mines right in here. I probably want to get rid of the shock blaster as well. Let's see how much health it has. It's over 100,000, so it's going to be a problem as far as GBE goes. So here's what we're going to do. Doom Cannon's low health for once. Alright, maybe not for once. They're usually fairly lowish, but I can't GBE that either. So here's what we're going to do. Let's get started, and I'm going to just smoke right into... Let's go like this. Let's get rid of the rocket launchers in first attack, and then we'll carry on. So, as I don't spend a ton of time planning on these, so please, if you see something that could be done better, please let me know. I'm always open to ideas. I don't necessarily have the best ideas. Actually, I can almost guarantee I don't have the best plans, but I also don't have the luxury of looking at other people's ideas. So let's get this down. That's going to use all our GBE just to get rid of two measly rocket launchers. Can I actually get it? Oh man, that sucks. So there's no point in dropping troops here because I need to pick up 10 GBE, which is going to be 4 crates, which I'm not going to be able to do without losing troops. So I'm just going to retreat. Just check my volume there. So that's attack number 1. Attack number 2, let's get you rolling. So what I'm going to do on attack number 2 is I'm going to finish off these rocket launchers. Hopefully one artillery should do it. Yes, they will. Now my focus is going to be on the shock blaster and machine guns, and I need to clear those mines anyways, so I'm going to use a barrage to mark them. These mortars right here are marked as well, which is a little bit unfortunate, but let's drop... I specifically want these machine guns removed, so I'm going to drop an extra artillery on them just to be sure that the zookas probably wouldn't have reached those mortars, but I just want to be 100% sure. So standard smoke. The biggest deal is this corner right here. get your smoke to cover this corner. You don't want it out here, you want it just to cover like that. So here's what we're gonna do. Do I need more than one smoke? Let's have a look. I think I only need one. I'm gonna use a 2 smoke landing. I hope it will work. Let's go like this. I might lose a couple troops to that cannon, but we saved a smoke, which is pretty important. Let's get the ladies walking. Now I'm going to come right into here. Haven't really planned where my shocks are going to be yet, but we should be. I'm going to use 3 just to be super sure. 1, 2, 3. Did I actually miss that shock blaster? You know what I said just to be super sure and then I missed all of my shocks? Yeah, that's me. Here we go. Perfect. So, I mean, we've got the beginnings of a core hit happening. So let's have a look here. Now I gotta decide where I want to go. Let's have a look. That wasn't entirely pretty. I missed like every single one of my shocks. What I probably should have done if I was smart was I should have done a shock here. I should have done a shock here. And then I should have... Actually, not even there. Let's go back a step. I should have shocked like this. And then I could have shocked all these mortars like that. So 3 shocks would have gotten absolutely everything and it wouldn't have been such a terrible attack. But what do you do? Not a big deal. Let's see here. These flamethrowers have a fair amount of health. This is a pretty darn easy war factory, really. Once I get behind the core, the mortars aren't going to reach. The Doom Cannon will reach, but it's not going to be the end of the world. So I'm thinking about actually wasting another attack on GBE just to get rid of flamethrowers, and then we can just get behind core and blast away. I don't think that's a terrible, terrible idea. I mean, the Doom Cannon's going to be a problem, just because it's going to eat up a lot of troops, but... I'll tell you what, I'm just going to head back there. You might want to use your GBE just to clear the flamethrowers. I mean, these 2 flamethrowers gone would make your life very easy, but I'm just going to head back there and see what happens. Worst case scenario, I totally botch it, but I should be able to get 2 flamethrowers, even if I totally botch it. Oops, need to train some troops first. That would have been bad. I wish they would say, are you sure you want to attack with no troops? It would be nice to be able to do that. Obviously, it's the fact the warning's there to say, hey, you're about to do something dumb, but if there was a warning there, and you could override it, it'd be very, very useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark these 2 flamethrowers, because they're my primary targets. They're going to take this boom cannon secondary, but hopefully that flamethrower is more damaged than the boom cannon. Same thing, we're going to do our drop with only 2 smokes. Lose 1 or 2 troops to that cannon is not the end of the world. Zoom in a little bit. You can have a little bit of gap there, as you saw with mortars and with sniper towers and cannons and all those sorts of things. Now let's get up into here. I'm actually going to flare a little bit closer and drop 2 smokes at the end. Now, what do we shock? I'm going to shock there, drop a medkit there, and then shock there. I'm going to try to move back a little bit. See, I mean, this is not unpretty. And now we're behind core, and boom cannons are going to pick us off one by one, but way better than using a GB. Actually, it might even go down. Yeah, it's going to go down. So that's War Factory in 3 with an HQ18 account. Fairly easy. And especially if you use GBE on those flamethrowers to make a gap, the Doom Cannon wasn't much of a concern. Yeah, that was easy today. Definitely didn't expect it to go down that attack, but it's just a matter of staying against that back wall. So let's see, just to confirm, was that 3 attacks? 3 attacks, War Factory down. So 41, obviously, I probably likely have better statues than most HQ18 accounts, or some HQ18 accounts, but that was easy, damn. So no Crab Shadow yet. That means it's probably not coming this week. We'll see when it... Apparently, oh, there is news. There is news. There's an update coming. There is an update coming. There will be an update either this week or next week. It is not a huge update. It is not going to be... It is not going to bring new features or new levels or anything like that. It's just going to be a bunch of fixes, which Supercell tends to do, break one thing with every 2 things they fix, so it'll be interesting to see what it does, but they've announced it, which is unusual but greatly appreciated. Supercell trying to be more transparent. Let's get my sub diving here. Sub. Where did my sub go? Sub dive. Let's go to there. Anyways, that is TMOS Zedmot HQ18 War Factory for January the 12th. I have some fantastic art coming on my HQ, my maxed HQ Lazymans coming out later today. Please check that out. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I hope you kick the living crap out of Colonel Gearhart this week. Let me know how you do. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.